Compassionate School is where schools come along and participate in our programmes so they can get bereavement policies in their schools for both the teachers and the children to enable them to have a safe place in their school. And it's a whole school approach to death and dying and to make it less of a taboo subject. There is a huge appetite for compassionate schools. Currently in the UK, it's 1 in every 29 children underneath the age of 16 are bereaved of a parent or a sibling. So that is 1 child in every classroom.
We were hoping to get maybe 20 schools from around the area, and we have about 45 here today. I hope that after they finish today, they'll at least feel empowered that they can start to bring in some of these changes into their school if they haven't already, but also that they feel confident talking to any students who are experiencing bereavement or are experiencing anticipatory grief, and that they have a bit more confidence in themselves to have those discussions.
It's amazing to have the networking involved in Plymouth and Cornwall. We haven't had this for a long time due to COVID, so it's been a really nice time to be able to meet and chat to people with a similar passion for the children in our care.
It's about giving people the confidence to talk about death quite openly and using the correct language, and just making sure people have that confidence to have those discussions with children, and to make sure that the duty of care is there for the child and what can be done best for them.
I feel really passionate about it, and as soon as I did my Compassionate Friends training when I worked at my previous school at Notre Dame with Angie, I really felt like it was important that every single school in Plymouth had that training and had that provision to support the young people, and that's kind of why I was so passionate about trying to start that up.
When you kind of reach out and start to do this type of work, I think one of the hardest things is feeling that we are not trained. We're not trained counsellors, and we worry about making things worse, but actually we can't make it any worse for our students. All of our students have said that. Just the fact that someone's reached out and spoken to them and asked, how can we support you? I can't really put it into words just how beneficial it is for us. So sometimes it might be that the charities will support us as staff. Sometimes they'll link in and support the families. Sometimes it's literally a check-in. So, this is what I'm thinking of doing with this particular student. Am I on the right lines?
What can help at different ages and stages of development. Some of the language we use with children, and it's okay to use those concrete words, and recognising each child is unique, and the language that we use when we talk about bereavement helps them process what may have happened and helps them explore their feelings a little bit as well. We talk about death and dying in the curriculum anyway when we talk about war poetry and different topics, Romeo and Juliet.
It seems to be a growing movement in publishing to provide these books, to make sure that they're there for specific experiences.
Adapting maybe that language slightly, I think is really going to help. And the opportunities that we can take back to Dunbar High School for Boys and implement for our students, and all those small things will make hopefully a difference to their bereavement process that they're going through, and the grieving process. If it is that one student, it's remembering those moments of making the staff aware that that's happened, and if they have forgotten their pen or something, that we're providing that support for them in those small ways, rather than having to ask them those questions of, oh, can I do anything else for you? It's just providing those day-to-day support.
I think I'll have a bit more confidence in helping the young people move through their kind of grief and their bereavement, definitely. And it's also about being able to help kind of the other members of staff who might be involved. I might not be directly involved with every one of those children within our school, but there will be other members on the staff who will be, and we'll have day-to-day kind of links with them, so it'll be able to help them kind of help them through as well.
We've reached out to St Luke's quite a few times, and they've been really supportive throughout the whole process of getting our students trained up. And if we've got any questions or we've got a difficult situation, we can call on St Luke's for their support, and that's been really helpful.
Death is all around, and it does happen, and the more we talk about it and the more open we are, the more we can support each other. I think it's really lovely, and it just shows how much they want to do right by the children that they work with, and it's just quite touching to know that they want to learn as much as they can, so to be able to help the children that they work with, it's really lovely.